皆さん、こんにちは. Today we're looking at how to give a reason in Japanese. Now, before we even get started, please make sure you have an exercise book and your writing equipment ready so you can take down some notes as we go through. Alright, the very first important keywords are the words that you use to ask why. Okay, there are two question words you need to know in Japanese that means the same thing. なぜですか and どうしてですか? So なぜ and どうして they both mean why. In terms of whether there's any difference, there's no difference in meaning whatsoever, but naze is just a little bit more bookish and more adult level than どうして. Okay, so it's very rare that you hear kids asking なぜ desu ka, but they will ask どうして a lot. Now, example as to how you can use this question word in a sentence is demonstrated on the slide. なぜ英語の授業が嫌いですか? Or どうして英語の授業が嫌いですか? So why do you dislike English lessons? He asks. Okay, now it is important you know these two keywords asking for reason. Okay, why, なぜ and どうして, because in your speaking exam in the future, it will be one of the key questions, okay, that the teacher will ask you. Why? Okay. Now let's move on to how to then give a reason, okay? Now you will need probably about half a page for the next two grammar structures. They're all talking about the same thing. They look sort of similar, but not exactly the same. Okay, the first grammar structure, please write down. Grammar, because ... therefore ... Now in English, to provide a full sentence that explains the cause and effect of a situation, you need because of this and therefore of that. Okay. In Japanese, however, we don't need two words. Okay, because and therefore, we just need one. It is kara. Now, if you understand kara as a compound marker for reasons, it's a reason marker, then it will make better sense. Okay, so kara is a reason marker that attaches to the end of the reason or the cause. So in a sentence like, the cause and effect, the cause part of the sentence needs to be in either the polite form or the plain form. So it doesn't matter whether you're living in the mas, mashita, or the lu or ta form. It doesn't matter, okay? However, though, if your entire sentence ends in the plain form, then your cause has to be in the plain form. But if your entire sentence ends in the polite form, then the cause can either be in the polite or the plain form. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Let's have a look at some examples. Okay, now please feel free to pause the video wherever you want so you can have some time writing down the notes. Otherwise, let's move on. So some examples are demonstrated over here. I'll be reading out the sentences. Have a think about what they mean in English. Let's look at the squares. たくさん勉強しましたから疲れました。疲れました got tired. So you notice that the cause in this sentence or the reason, okay, is たくさん勉強しました. That's in the polite form. However, if I change to the plain form, it will look like the next line. たくさん勉強したから疲れました or 疲れた. So what do you think it means in English? That's right. It means I'm tired because I did a lot of study. たくさん lots 勉強 study した. Okay, I did. Therefore, that is why 疲れた. I'm so tired. Okay, let's have a look at the next lot of examples. Okay, the one with the arrow. 今年18歳ですからお酒を飲んでもいいです. Okay, the ですから is in the polite form. In the plain form, okay, the nouns, you have to end with だ. So 今年18歳だからお酒を飲んでもいい or お酒を飲んでもいいです. What do you think this line is saying? Let's see if you got it right. I'm allowed to drink alcohol because I'm 18 this year. Okay, so this is using kara, the reason marker, okay, to give a reason. Now, there's another way of doing exactly the same. And can you please write down the next structure? You can share the same heading. You don't have to write a heading again, but it's the same thing. We still have the cause and the effect, but instead of kara, we have node. Node. Now they serve exactly the same function, but the grammatical rule is slightly different. Now with the reason that goes in front of node has to be in the plain form. It has to be in the plain form. You can't use node with polite form, unfortunately. And every other, so with adjectives, adjectives, verbs, and the plain form is the same rule as any other time you conjugate into the plain form. But in the present tense, okay, it is only when you're dealing with a sentence that ends with a noun or a not adjective in the present tense, then something gets is slightly different. Okay, we know the not and the noun and not adjectives in the present tense plain form ends with da. Okay, so that's why when we use kara, it ends with dakara. But with node, you have to say na node. Okay, the da disappears and you have to replace that with na. Na node. Na node. Okay, so therefore, if we look at it, if the sentence ends with, for example, ski, which is not adjective, you have to go ski nanode. If it ends with a noun such as 18 歳, 18 years old, 18歳 nanode. Okay, so that is only not and not noun and not adjective in the present tense that you have to go nanode. Now, I've included that nanode here, not because it's different to any other plain form, just because I want to contrast that in the present tense it is nanode. In the past tense, it goes back to your usual plain form rule. It turns into datta, okay, which is the plain form of deshita, datta, and then you continue on with node. All right, so let's have a look at how to put node in context. I have here 4 sentences that uses node to explain the cause and effect. So I'll be reading out the sentences. I'll try to translate into English. The first one, 寿司が残っているので、どうぞ食べてください。寿司が残っているので、どうぞ。Now, 残っている is a prescribed vocab from this unit. 残っている comes from the verb 残る, which is to remain. Okay, so 残っている means they are still remaining. Something still remains. Okay, there's still something left. So what do you think this sentence is saying? 寿司が残っているので、どうぞ。So there's still some sushi left, so please have some. Okay, the second example. Now there is word there, lingo is apple. Okay, lingo. リンゴが大好きなので毎日食べている。リンゴが大好きなので毎日食べている。So what does that mean? It means I love apples so much that I eat them every day. Okay, I love apples, and that is a reason why I eat them every day. Okay, the third example. Okay, and maybe next time when you talk about your birthday, okay, the birthday you have celebrated, this could be a line you would like to steal and use as your own speaking material. プレゼントはお金じゃなかったので、ちょっとがっかりしました。Now, がっかりしました means I was disappointed. Okay, so what were you disappointed about? That's here again. プレゼントはお金じゃない、プレゼントはお金じゃなかったので、ちょっとがっかりしました。That's right. I was a little bit disappointed that my present was not money. Okay? So that's the reason of my disappointment. Okay, the present wasn't money, so therefore I was a little bit disappointed. Okay, the last one. 昨日眠かったので早く寝た。眠たかった comes from the adjective 眠たい or 眠い. So let's have a listen again. 昨日眠かったので早く寝た. So what happened? I was sleepy yesterday, so I went to bed early. Okay, so that concludes pretty much the two grammar structures you need to talk about to provide reason. Now, for those people who would like to see a bit more examples in context, so you get a better idea as to how kara and node works, you are more than welcome to refer to your course book 63ページから71ページまで. Okay, in those pages, please concentrate on grammar points 3.5 and 3.6. And have a read of the examples. Okay, that would not only demonstrate how it is used in a wider context, but also it will introduce some new vocab that you might want to learn. Okay, so that is it. Please go to the next module so you can continue with some grammatical exercise. じゃあ皆さん、さようなら。